I wish to say few words about health and lifespan. Currently, what it is and how it has been in the past, and what are the reasons for the differences in the health condition and the lifespan compared to past. Actually, with the advent of modern medicine and improved healthcare and accessibility of the healthcare services right from village to the level of metro cities, from the level of primary health center to the level of tertiary care hospitals. Statistically, we've been told that there is increase in the lifespan on an average, but still, when we think logically and ponder on this, maybe science is very much advanced and we are able to cater to the medical needs. But let it be the primary health center or tertiary hospital or an individual doctor practicing in a clinic or whatever it is, whoever it is, the services are only directed towards the physical health and they check the functional status of each of the organ. And if some deviation is there, he is put on medication or wherever the surgical intervention is needed, surgery is also carried out. But in spite of all this, though statistically the lifespan is increased, quite often we come across premature death at the age of 50 or even 40. And we're not able to reason out why there are such premature deaths in spite of the advanced healthcare that is accessible to almost everyone. When we view this problem from the point of nature, from the point of evolution, we heard that survival of the fittest was the governing law, which could explain the survival of a species or extinction of a species. Here, in the sense, survival of the fittest means fittest in the sense if we consider or define this fitness in terms of the physical fitness or a physical strength and physical endurance, dinosaurs must have survived and shouldn't be extinct. So it is not exactly about the physical strength or physical endurance, which means the fitness. It's not the physical fitness. It is the adaptation, ability to adapt, coping with the stress of maladaptation. So we call it as a resilience. The resilience when you are confronted in a situation where stress is being, when you go through a lot of stress, how you cope with it is what we call resilience. The ability to cope with the stress is called, and inability to cope with conditions in which you live. Be it, it could be the personal life, or it could be the professional life, or it could be the social life. The situation you are in, when it poses a challenge, questioning your ability to cope with the situation, and in a situation where you are not able to adapt mentally, that's when stress surfaces, and then When it is long standing, that shows up in the form of many physical symptoms starting from head to toe. It can it can affect anything literally without any exception. It can show its effects from the organ level to the cellular level or even to the molecular level. The stress can show its adverse effects. So it is not how well the science is developed, which can be promising about your health care or the well-being or longevity. It is how well you cope with the situation and how well you are able to deal with the stress and how you can overcome, how resilient you are to overcome the stress. So this is what finally decides the outcome of your health. Being healthy or not is decided by whether you are able to adapt to a situation or not. So this ability to adapt, I should say, plasticity of the mind. That is, you should be able to adapt to a situation, accept a situation, and then live up to it. So the brain, which is conditioned, which is only in a comfort zone to live in, it is used to. When it is forced to confront a situation which is beyond the comfort zone, that's when stress starts appearing, and your ability to accept it and overcome that and living up to it is the only way to get out of this stress. So, this plasticity of the mind, and some authors prefer to call it as a rewiring of the brain. It could be defined, described in many ways, like rewiring of the brain, or plasticity of the brain, or deconditioning of the mind, whatever you call it. Finally, it all boils down to moving from a conditioned state of mind to a deconditioned state of mind. And this is where exactly the importance of meditation we need to realize. So at this point, though you are physically fit and there is nothing wrong about the functioning of any of your organs, when you are vulnerable in a situation, when you are not able to cope with it, when you are not able to adapt to it, then in spite of being physically well, all that can be crumbled just because of the stress which starts brewing in the mind, which can take over every other system into its hand, causing the damage. So here it is a high time we have focused enough on the physical medicine and we have focused enough on the physical well-being and we have enough of the parameters to assess. Though they have got their own limitations, still we entirely depend on only these parameters to call someone healthy or not. So it is high time that we need to realize, we need to think beyond and go beyond and do something beyond that physical parameters and physical examination and pay deserving attention to the state of mind. So why people are succumbed is not because of the lack of physical fitness. It is because of the lack of their ability to cope with a situation, which is because of the maladaptation in a given condition in which they are living in. So this ability to adapt is conferred by way of meditation. And how we meditate, what are the methods of meditation is entirely a different story. And in these premises, the time doesn't permit to explain really how to meditate and what is the method to be adapted and all that. So here, my intention is to highlight that. So this is where meditation comes into picture and your ability to adapt, which in turn it results in the plasticity of the mind, rewiring of the brain, which effectively helps in derooting the stress, is an absolute need of the hour, which both science and what should I say? We need to fill the gap between science and spirituality. And meditation need not be viewed in a spiritual point of view. It is, though it might have an element of spirituality, but it is not entirely a spiritual practice. It is a very much a scientific phenomena, and it is high time to realize that the mental well-being is far more important than physical well-being. The all of a sudden, the individual who has been doing very well, who doesn't have any, no, not a smoker, not an alcoholic, and very much conscious about the healthcare, and then calorie conscious, whatnot. He is regularly adhering to all his healthy practices, but still, in spite of all that, suddenly they succumb to death. Why? Because there could be no reason other than the mental stress. Because if it were some physical cause, it would have been detected long back by with all the whatever modalities of diagnosis and treatment we have got. That could be uncovered very easily. But still, the individual who has been otherwise physically well and doing well, suddenly when he succumbs, it is there could be no reason other than the mental stress, and it is high time for every individual to focus on mental well-being, and also it is high time for every doctor treating a patient also to focus on mental well-being, and it necessitates realizing the importance of meditation for suggesting and practicing and adhering to it and adapting it. Thank you.